Hi, ladies. Welcome to another episode of the Femalepreneur Coach podcast. I'm your host, Rebecca Barr, and I'm super excited to share with you today's episode because it feels very timely right now. So, essentially, this week I announced that I'm going to be hosting a fabulous in-person luxury retreat in California, and it obviously got a lot of people thinking, like, I want to be there. That sounds amazing, but then the fear kicked in as to how they would actually pay for it. So rather than, hard selling clients and being like, if you want it bad enough, just like invest the money and the success will come. I like to reverse engineer it with my clients. So I like to say, okay, what is the number that you need? To be able to go, to be able to afford it comfortably, to be able to have overflow in your business. So I like those big 10x goals rather than like just focusing on the next tiny milestone. It's like, okay, if you were to come and you were to have like the bougie wardrobe and know that all your bills were paid and to have overflow in your business so you didn't have to choose between this and something else, what is the number? So in today's episode, I'm going to share with you the exact steps that I've been taking those women through over voice notes and all the things to essentially move them from, I really want to go, this feels really exciting, but how the hell am I going to pay for it? Who the hell am I to go? Like, what if I don't get the return on investment? And to move out of that fear spiral into, I've already got the money in the bank. I've already figured all this out. I've created the cash that I needed in order to make this happen. And now all that's left is to symbolically make my investment and pack my bikini because I am going. And for me as a mentor, that is how I prefer to get my clients to invest with me. It's decide what the amount is, whatever you need, the overflow amount, not just the little amount that you need to pay for the thing. What do you need aside outside of that? And then let's go get that money. And then when you come back to me to work with me as a mentor, it's go time. There is no fear. There is no, oh my God, how am I going to pay for this? What if I can't make the next payment? How am I going to, what if I don't get a return on my investment? It's like, it's already paid for, it's already done. All that's left is to get excited. That's how I like to work with my clients. So these are the exact steps that I've been taking people through. And, if they go away and do the actions and set that intention and decide that they are coming, guess what? That money is going to come to them quicker than they can even think. And even though we've got these plans, chances are it probably come to them in ways that don't even fit within that action plan. So the first thing I've got them to do, and you can apply this to anything else right now, by the way, and it's got to be something that feels really exciting, that's going to get you outside of your comfort zone, that's going to get you really inspired and activated to take this, quick action and move. If it is just like, oh, it's the 1st of February and I want to get like 5 clients this month, that's great. Of course, like you should always have that intention in your business. But is that exciting enough to get you taking different action and outside of your comfort zone and really committing to doing what you need to do in order to get it done? Probably not. Probably not. That doesn't feel that inspiring. But it's like, if you get those 5 clients, you will then be on a sun lounger in California at a luxury 2-day retreat with me, having the most beautiful transformational experience. Is that enough to get you moving? It bloody should be if it isn't. So I'm so excited about this. So this is what we've done. We've got clear on the number. So not only the number that they need to go, but also, to feel good about everything else around them, to make sure that they're going in abundance. Then we have literally sat down and thought about like a phase 1, 2, 3 approach to this. So phase 1 is literally sit down right now and think, what are you selling? What is going to either get you there quicker because it's your higher ticket item, so therefore you need to sell less of them in order to make that money go, or what makes the most sense in terms of scalability? So it might not necessarily be your high ticket offer, but it's your most scalable offer, i.e. group program, self-study, that maybe you might need to sell a little bit more of, but there is going to be no resistance. It's not like, I need 5 one-to-one clients, but how the hell am I going to fit those in? So then you end up with 1 foot on the gas and 1 foot on the brake, because that's the obvious choice and it makes the most sense. But actually to deliver that is going to be a nightmare. We don't want any of that in these quick sales bursts. We want the things that either are the highest ticket and you actually have to work with the least clients, or your most scalable offer. So it's like, everybody else is just a bonus at this point. Like there's no resistance to having that outcome. So we sit down and think, right, what do we need to sell? how many do we need to sell? And then once we've got that number, we reverse engineer it to, right, okay, how many people then do I typically need to speak to? And with the 1, 2, 3 approach, I like to think of any sort of sales as like an onion. You always go with like the center of the onion, the people that are most likely to buy from you, that are already in first. You do that first, and then you move out to the colder and colder audience, people in your audience. And the very last stage is social media, which people always typically are like, oh, I've got this thing, I'm just going to put it out in my stories. And it's like, you absolutely can do that if you are already a really established business owner and you have a huge following and you have really nailed your messaging and you're shit hot at everything you do, and you've done all the good work beforehand. Absolutely, you can do that, and you can probably sell out on your stories like that. But if you are somebody who perhaps has a smaller audience, maybe hasn't got as much social proof yet, or hasn't worked with as many clients yet, or actually just wants to be really intentional about those people that come in. You don't want everybody there, or to work with absolutely everybody right now. You want to do everything with intention, then this is a better approach. And this is definitely what I do. It's how I sell out launches without sales pages, without email lists, without testimonials. Social proof is because I go to the people who are most likely to buy first, and that is the best use of my energy. As somebody who only has 2 days a week childcare, doesn't yet have my Facebook ads set up, doesn't have a huge team and all the things, and really works with it and moves with intention. For me, values, alignment, vibe, energy is so important to me in my programs and in my communities. So I'll always go to the people that are most likely to buy first, that I would want to be there. The people that I already know, love, they know and love me, and it would just be amazing if they were there. And this is how I sold it, like basically have sold out like 60% of my retreat already, because I've gone to the people that I really want there first. And I'm like, girl, oh my God, are you interested? This would be amazing. And obviously, human design, I'm a manifesting generator. I am so goddamn excited to go on this retreat. I cannot even tell you. One of my love languages is like gifts and experiences and creating that moment for other people. I've always been super generous and a massive overgiver, because it just is self-serving, right? I love to see my kids on Christmas Day. I love to see friends and family open presents or have these incredible wow show-stopping moments. My background is event management, so that is the whole piece for me. I get so much joy from seeing their face and from thinking of all the little things that I'm going to do to make that a really incredible experience for me to then go out and sell that. Like genuinely, oh my God, it's going to be amazing. People can feel that energy and that intention. This isn't me BS. Oh my God, I'd love to take your money. And then I'm going to literally pile as many people in as possible, and you're all going to make me rich. It's like, girl, I cannot wait. We are going to have the most incredible experiences. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. Selling from that energy is magnetic, and that is really you living in alignment and knowing what you bring to the table, and that is where you're going to get the most bang for your energetic buck if you are really excited to sell what you're selling. And if you're not, that's a separate conversation, obviously. But if you are, then go to the people that you don't be afraid to make personal invitations. If it's somebody that I typically go to the people that have worked with me previously, because I already know them and they already know me. The people that are I've spoken to previously, either in my current programs that might want to upgrade. So I've got a lady that's going to upgrade from my academy to my mastermind, because obviously it's included in the mastermind, which is amazing, because that for me is all about experiences again, rather than the how. It's like it's all of the other things as well as the how. Then I will go to people that I've already spoken to that perhaps, said in the past, I'd be really interested, but now isn't the right time. Okay, perfect. Now's the time to go back to them and just remind them, hey, I know you were asking me before if I was going to be doing retreats. Guess what, gal? I'm doing a retreat. Are you interested? And just kind of like make it planting the seeds, putting the invitations out there, letting people know. And if it is something that you're really excited to sell, then where's the harm in that? Like, that makes the most sense. Tell people, don't assume that they all know about it and they're not interested. From there, and typically what will happen is then from there they've already got a list of like 10 to 20 people, the people that are always engaging on your posts, that are always answering your polls, that have said that they want to work with you in the past, people that haven't converted from sales calls, people that have been in your programs previously. Like, go to those first, and you're probably going to have like even more. Then it's like, right, okay, who's already in my community, who's on your email list, in your free Facebook groups, on your Instagram audience? Could you make an invitation to them? Don't assume that they're seeing and obsessed with everything you're creating. Like, the algorithm is a bit of a bee right now. They might not have even seen it. So don't be afraid to pop into people's emails and inboxes and say, hey, I'm really excited. I'm about to announce this thing. Does that sound like something you might be interested in? If so, let me know. Let's have a chat, because this is going to be amazing and I would love for you to be there. And then from there, once you've exhausted the dream, like 10, 20, 30 people that are most likely, you could do that by personal voice notes, because that always, I think people can really feel your energy and excitement. Those are the people that, you know, it's worth investing your time and energy into having those conversations. Then the other people, it's more like they're not as likely to buy necessarily, but maybe if they knew that this was available and this opportunity was here right now and why this is the best time to do it, that would probably be either a copy and paste message or an email blast, or some sort of, you know, if you've got capacity and energy for voice notes, absolutely, because they always convert more. And then from there, you would then think about going into like proper launches, announcing on your stories, maybe doing a live. And you will be amazed, because when I did this exercise with a lady the other day, who we just jumped on a quick half-an-hour call, she had thousands of people in her potential audience, in her Facebook groups, in her Facebook connections. Then you can also go out to your wider network, where it's like your communities, your mastermind groups, your people that you've got in your network that could potentially share this message for you. That's like phase 4. Then you're going out to cold traffic. Then you're looking at launch strategies. Then you're thinking about webinars and free challenges and doing the whole warm up with these people over here. But usually by the time you've exhausted list number one, exhausted number 2, and then number 3, like by the time you get to 4, you've already sold out anyway. So let's hope, and that's the intention, that you're going to get that money, if not more. Then you've also, there's just no downside to doing this little sprint. And it's why I love to do the 10 days to 10K challenge every year, because when you really are like, yes, I'm going all in, I've decided, I feel so goddamn excited, and that this is a non-negotiable, this is happening, then you put into place a very simple way of actually executing on that. It's incredible how quickly the money comes to you, and just more and more creative solutions will come to you as to how you could raise that money. You've got all of that high energy to go out and like sell stuff, you know, get out of your own way, make invitations, stop like hiding and hesitating. It's amazing how quickly it can come to you when you really decide that you're going to. So I wanted to keep this quite a short episode, because I want it to be super actionable, and hopefully you can see for yourself, like, if you want to come on this retreat, girl, it is entirely within your capability to do it. And also, you've got 7 months, like, you will figure this out. So don't be afraid, like, have more trust in yourself that you are a resourceful woman who will figure this out. And the universe, if it's in your heart and you feel excited to do it, the universe didn't place that desire there to torment you and to remind you that you're not good enough. It gave it there, it placed it there almost as like a carrot, that this is what is available to you, girl, when you set your mind to it, when you decide that you're ready, and when you really put all of your energy and focus. Are you ready? Can I now help you? Can we now go do this thing? And that's essentially what's happened to me many, many times over the years, where it's like I felt really scared about an investment, and then I'm like, no, I'm resourceful, I'm capable, I'll figure this out. Like, and equally, I don't necessarily need the ROI. Not everything that I invest in for me has to have a tangible price point, or it's not worth it. Like, I'm worthy of just being poured into for the sake of being poured into. And it's always then helped me to have a massive quantum leap in my business, because it massively realigns like things for me and reminds me that I am just as capable as everybody else. I am resourceful. I can make things happen. I deserve big things, and I deserve an extraordinary life and to have these incredible experiences. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Let me know in the comments, or if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Let me know what, you know, tell me, I am coming on this retreat. This is my intention. Be right back while I go get the money, and let me hold you accountable to that and celebrate you on the way, and also maybe help you with some wisdom as to how you can raise finance and get those sales over the line for that. That is my goal. I don't want the women to come on my retreat from a place of fear and how the hell am I going to get this money? I want them to have already got the money in the bank, everything sorted out, and they are just literally waiting for their cocktails and their bikinis. And when they are there, then they can be fully present, fully excited, fully receive, and just be absolutely loving life. That is my intention for you. So if you want to come, let's set this challenge together and let's go, ladies.